Welcome back. April is National Foot Health Awareness Month. A recent study found that 77% of Americans have experienced foot pain, but just 1/3 said they would not seek any care.
Well, here to talk more about some common foot injuries and how to prevent them is Dr. Gregory Kerwin. He's the orthopedic foot and ankle surgeon from Orthopedic Sports Medicine Specialist. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. And we're talking about, these common foot and ankle problems. And I was just telling you in the break, I sprained my ankle last year. I broke my other foot in high school. So what are some of the most common injuries that we see?
Yeah, well, our feet take a lot of abuse. We're on them all day. And we generally separate foot and ankle conditions into two broad categories: acute injuries like an ankle sprain, fractures, or muscle strain or sprains, and also chronic conditions. So that's more like arthritis, things like plantar fasciitis, pain in the great toe, either from a bunion or arthritis as well.
So how can these be taken care of?
Well, depending on if it's an acute or chronic injury, they are going to be treated a lot differently. So if you do have a specific injury like a fall or like an ankle sprain, that's usually rest ice, compression, and basically one of the general rules of thumb: if you have an acute injury and you can't bear weight on the ankle or foot, you should seek treatment, and usually which consists of an x-ray. But the chronic conditions would be treated differently depending on what it is. And that's sort of pain in the same area that you get with everyday activities that doesn't go away.
And I know it's so hard to deal with these because, like you said, we're on them all day and you need the rest, but you got to get around and do your everyday things. So it's hard, but you got to take care of it. And, with the nicer weather, a lot of people are training for marathons right now. They're just getting out and running, enjoying the nice weather. So footwear is really important too.
Correct. Yeah, we're coming into running season with all the 5Ks and the marathons and stuff, and footwear is a huge part of the treatment. So basically, a lot of times if you're transitioning from not doing too much in the winter or working out inside and now you're going to be running on the pavement, we generally, the general rule of thumb is to change your footwear about every 400 miles or so. So if you're a runner or if you work out a lot, just maintaining the proper footwear, new shoes. And then also as you transition, if people have a lot of more activity right now, basically taking it easy, taking it slow. And also proper warm-up and stretching is vital as well.
So what about high heels? I wear high heels all day long, and by the end of the day, it's like right now, I'm not. I'm wearing flats because I wore them yesterday.
Right.
Is there any way we can make make the pain go away, even though we still want to wear heels?
Yeah, that's a difficult problem. One of the most common things is bunion pain, which is pain in the first toe, or arthritis in that joint. And there's a saying where if you wear pointy-toed shoes, you're going to get pointy-toed feet. So the huge thing is shoe modification, wearing wider shoes, and also good arch support. But high heels can cause a lot of pain.
And I know even sometimes when you're getting a new pair of shoes, it can be a bit pricey, but if you're looking to shell out some extra cash, it does pay off because you won't have to deal with some of those big problems later down the line. Dr. Kerwin joining us talking about National Foot Health Awareness Month. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
We got to check the forecast coming up on Local 5 this morning. Stay with us.